Hi friends, this is Grace and welcome to another process video. This is number 47 for me and I am still working on my May homemade kit, and here are just some of the items that I'm planning on using for this. This layout is going to be based off of a sketch and I will link it up on the description below and also on the blog post where this layout will be part of. So I'm starting off with the Echo Park paper, and this is brown. The color scheme for the Crush scrapbook kit was kind of a royal blue, pink, and red. And so I made sure that I put a lot of neutrals in my kit so that I will be able to use them up without making my pages too much of the same color scheme. I like to put on a lot of my neutrals, or I like to put a lot of neutrals with my kits so that I can kind of spread around the major color schemes, and so that all of the pages that I made won't all look the same, and at the same time that I won't have a hard time finding pictures, because I don't know about you guys, but I tend to see, like, if it's bold, like the blues and the pinks and the red, they're too bold that they overpower my pictures. So I had to make sure that I put a lot of neutrals in my kits. So here are 8 pictures that are printed as 2x3s, and then I laid them in the center. The sketch called for 2 4x6 photos, but I'm just going to be using these 8. I have noticed that myself, I am a little trigger happy when it comes to I take a lot of pictures, basically, that's what I'm trying to say, and it's hard for me to scrapbook just 2 or even 1 photo. I do occasionally do single photo layouts if there is a memory that I really want to keep and there's just 1 photo. But for the most part, all my events, all the things that's going on with my kids, there's usually more than just 1 photo. So that's why I like to print them in smaller sizes so I can fit them. I used to do a lot more double page spread, but now with me sizing up my pictures smaller, I can get away with just doing 12 by 12s. Here I'm just trying, the sketch also called for like a little accent on the bottom, and I wanted to use a tab, and so I wanted to bring some of that pink over to the bottom right because there's some pink on the top and also on that side with that 4x6 kind of Project Life cutout paper that I got from an Echo Park piece. But I'm going to eventually take out that pink tag that I had punched because I found a red and white and blue tag from this ephemera pack from Pink Paisley. And here I'm just trying to find things to use. So there I am. I'm just changing up the tag, and then I found this one with hearts that's red. That's really cute as well. And then I'm just going to tuck that in along with a plain manila tag. And that plain manila tag will hold my handwritten journaling, and then the other tags will have accents on there. And I found this just stripe, or just a strip of paper with a diagonal stripe, and I cut the right end into a notch so that it will go with the arrow of that paper, and then just trying to find other accents. So a little bit about the pictures. There's a local kind of school supply store over here. It's actually called Toy Station. So they do have toys, but mostly they sell educational stuff. And they have this really cute castle in the center of the store where the kids can go roam around and play pretend. And so one day we went over there. It's by our library. So after our library trip, we went over there, and we didn't really buy anything. We just went and the kids played for about an hour, and I took pictures, and I kind of roam around just to see what they had. And I took pictures of them playing pretend. So they had dress up stuff, and then they have puppets and all sorts of things. So a really fun place for the kids. So going back to my layout, I wanted my title to be Imagination Station, and initially I was going to put the word imagination. I was going to use these kind of faux foil that I had cut out with, I'm trying to think what kind of paper it's called. I think it is called foil paper. Anyways, I cut out a bunch of letters with it, and I just so happen to have some blues and reds, and so that's what I'm gonna try to do. But the imagination word was too long, and instead I'm gonna use these cutouts for the word station, and then I'm gonna find some white stickers to go with the word imagination. And side note, if you can see that I'm only using one hand, it's because I'm actually carrying my baby on the other hand while I'm scrapbooking. And here I am just trying to find a sticker. And then this time you see me counting. I was counting the letters of the word imagination because when I have this long letter and I want it to be put in a certain spot, I like to start with the center of, or the middle, the center letter of the word. And so I always count the words, and that was what I was doing my fingers. I was counting the words up with my fingers and then trying to find which one is the center. Like say, I think the word imagination is like 11 words, I think. And so I'm going to start with the number 6 letter, which was the N, I believe. I can't remember, but the letter stickers that I used for the word imagination is a very old one. um, I think it's called the the name of the brand was Handmade, I believe. But anyways, it's a very I would say like at least 3 years old stickers. So I'm so glad that I was able to use that, and I hope to eventually use that up sooner than later. So here I'm just trying to put together the top of the layout, and I like the sketch that it had a diagonal stripe over there so that I was able to use up some scraps of paper. Um, and then it also had these strips of paper with notches on the both ends. And that's just a 4x6 paper that I had cut out from an Echo Park line. And as you can see, I'm now using 2 hands because my baby went to sleep. And then I'm just adhering everything that I had cut out. And the thing that I like about the color scheme of this kit that went along with these pictures was, as you can see the pictures, there's blues and reds, and so it went really well. But then there was also some yellows from my daughter's dress, and then also the yellow from one of the frames at the store, and then that strip of paper that's in between the pink on the top and then the floral, it has some yellows too. So it all worked out. I mean, I didn't pre-plan my pages as far as like making sure that I picked the right pictures. It just so happened that they all blended well. And here I'm just adding some lines, pen lines with my white. I'm trying to remember what brand this is. Oh, sorry, I can't remember, but it's a white pen. It's a white gel pen, I believe. And I don't use it often. That's why I can't remember the brand. Um, And then here I am just trying to add my title. And usually with these letters, I use my Xyron sticker machine, but I really wanted to just use up this Tombow liquid glue because it's just on its last leg, and I just kind of want to use it up, get it, all done so I can throw it away, and then I can move on to the next adhesive. So there is my word, and I just rubbed it with some paper towel, just kind of push it on there, making sure that the glue adhered to the paper. And just putting on my letter stickers. And then I also found these circle hearts in that letter sticker sheet that I put on each side of the word station. And I think this is my, I want to say my number fifth layout from this kit. So I'm really making a good use of this homemade kit. And then I wanted to use up some brads for the tags, and I'm using some Simple Stories brads. And I'm also looking forward to just using up that brad pack so that I can throw away the package. And I'm just trying to figure out how I'm going to dress up that tag. Oh, and here I am. I'm busting out my big stapler. You won't see it because it's on the bottom, but I used my big stapler because I run out of staples for my tiny attacher. So that's one of the things that I'm going to have to get soon. And here are just stickers from GCD Studios. And initially I kind of wanted those arrows to just kind of lead the eye to the pictures, but I didn't like the way it was kind of scattered on there. And so I just eventually put the stickers over on the left side with one of those brown strips of paper. And then I'm using some word stickers from Making Memories. Yep, they're very old stickers, and glad I'm able to use parts of it. I haven't really finished off the whole thing because they're themed stickers. So some of them didn't apply to like everyday pictures like these ones over here. Two of the sheets that I'm using are travel ones, and I've used up a lot of the ones that could be used for pages like this, and then the other one is for weddings, so they don't really apply too much. And here I'm just trying to add some um, splatters of white mist from Studio Calico. I'm going to write the date or the year, and there is my journaling that I handwritten. And here are some more close-ups. Thank you again for watching. I appreciate your support, and please give me a thumbs up if you found this video to be informative and inspiring, and I will see you when I see you. Bye, guys.